What's going on, Jets fans? Welcome into the Jets Report. My name is Patrick Siepman, and coming up on today's show, we're going to be diving into every single UDFA that the New York Jets have signed after the 2025 NFL Draft. There are a couple of sleeper prospects in there that could potentially make the 53-man roster, so we'll dive into each of these guys here in a second. But I actually have a challenge for you guys. My bosses, before we hopped in the studio today, challenge every single channel here at Chat Sports to just pick up 10 subscribers on today's show. So if you guys could help me out here, hit that subscribe button if you guys haven't already. And also shout out to you guys. Our Jets draft grades video yesterday did around 15,000 views. So that is unbelievable. Shout out to all of you guys. But if you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button, lock us in. Let's dive into this UDFA tracker for the Jets. So biggest name on the first four list you see right here is Donovan Edwards, and we'll dive into him a little more here in a second. But you also got Quentin Skinner. He's got some punt return, kick return ability, wide receiver out of Kansas. You got Dean Clark, Jordan Clark, safety from Fresno State, and then Jordan Clark, CB from Notre Dame. Big fan of his game, very instinctual player, good production, athleticism, some question marks there, but I could see him potentially making the roster. And then really quickly here on Donovan Edwards, let's dive into him. So he was the main piece when Michigan went on that run to go win the national championship. He had two 40-plus yard rushing touchdowns in the Natty. But this past season, we definitely saw him take a major step back. Like, he didn't look like he had the same juice that he did. He didn't have that same breakaway speed. I mean, I remember one game 2 years ago for Michigan against Ohio State. He broke off that crazy run down the right sideline. It was like a 70-yard house call that iced the game. But he's got big playability once he gets in space. Looked like one of the best running backs in 2022, but hasn't been the same since. He does play stiff and too slow to gather momentum, struggles at making guys miss, which is true. But you know what? I think he's got a chance to make the roster. Like, you got Braylon Allen, you got Breece Hall. As that, like, fourth running back, maybe they keep four on the 53-man roster, but Donovan Edwards, definitely the biggest name out here. But in terms of my favorite out of these four, probably got to go Jordan Clark, CB out of Notre Dame. But then the Jets also picked up a QB here, pretty well-known QB actually, Missouri quarterback Brady Cook. Love the name Brady Cook. Oh, side note there, just Brady Cook feels like an NFL quarterback's name. But you also got Jamarcus Weston, Jamaal Pritchett also has some punt return, kick return ability, and then Fatorma, Mulbah. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but DT from West Virginia. Let's talk about Brady Cook here, real quick. So, did not play in the full season for Missouri this past year. Did have to miss some time due to the injury, but when he was playing, pretty productive. 2,500 yards, 11 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He is a redshirt senior, 23 years old, 6'2", 214 pounds. Now, we didn't have him ranked on our big board for right reason. He was probably not going to get drafted, but he has a solid arm as a passer with some flashes of mobility. Knows when to deliver with zip or touch, which is cool. Deals with inaccuracy caused by footwork issues and panic throws. I guess my favorite reason for why the Jets picked up Brady Cook is preseason purposes, because we'll be watching these games. We might be going live for the Jets preseason games, and watching Brady Cook will definitely be a lot of fun. But, you know, honestly, like with a lot of these UDFA guys, and, you know, these are just camp bodies, maybe trying to get some depth on this team. But specifically Jamaal Pritchett, he's an intriguing guy just because, you know, even though he's coming from a small school, South Alabama, he's got crazy athletic ability, 5'8.5", 175 pounds, absolute burner. And he also put up some good production, over 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns, had a long of 75 with 91 receptions this past season. So, you know, the Jets, I feel like this UDFA class isn't crazy compared to some other teams, like, you know, specifically like the Vikings always crush their UDFAs. And I feel like it just takes like one UDFA class where it's like you have one of these guys make the 53. So, like, then in the following years, these guys who go undrafted, like, oh, well, that's a good success story about a UDFA going to the Jets. Maybe I could go follow suit. So the UDFA I'm most excited about, probably Brady Cook, Donovan Edwards. Watch those two guys playing the preseason. But you guys let me know down below in the comment section, which UDFA are you most excited about? We will dive into the rest of the Jets UDFA tracker here in a second. But before we do so, I got to tell you guys about today's presenting sponsor, and that is House of Atlas. Now, if you guys head to houseofatlas.com/chat and plug in promo code chat, you guys will get 15% off the House of Atlas Razor Kit plus the before and after set. And House of Atlas actually gifted us one of their razors, and honestly, guys, I'm kind of blown away. Not only does it look insanely sleek sitting in my bathroom, but it gives me an incredibly close shave. It feels weird to gush over a lineup of shaving products, but truly House of Atlas makes some one-of-a-kind stuff. Not to mention their products are all designed to look like they should have their own tech reveal. And here's the one that they gifted us. I got the blue one. This thing is awesome. I use it almost every single day, and I love getting a close shave. And it's been tough for me to find a razor that I truly, truly love. But House of Atlas has came in and has completely changed my life. So if you guys could head to houseofatlas.com/chat and plug in promo code chat, and you guys will get 15% off the House of Atlas razor kit plus before and after set. And now, for a limited time, they're offering 15% off your first order when you purchase any razor kit and the before and after set, which includes the precision shave cream and calming aftershave. Use code chat at houseofatlas.com. That's HOUSEOFATLAS.com with promo code chat for 15% off your new razor kit and before and after set. Stop wasting money and time on shaving products that don't look good, aren't effective, and cost way too much. Visit houseofatlas.com today. Trust me, you'll love it as much as I did. Alrighty, let's carry along here with the Jets UDFA list. So Aaron Smith next up, number 9, linebacker, South Carolina State. They also got Jared Bartlett, linebacker, Cincinnati. Gus Hartwig, center, Purdue. And then he also Leander Wegen, offensive tackle from Germany, international pathway player for the Jets. Pretty cool story here. The Eagles, Mulbah, he was one of the best IPP players that ever came out at the offensive tackle position. So maybe the Jets could get a little hidden gem here with taking a chance on one of these guys. But a guy I am a big fan of, and that, I don't know if he's going to make the roster, but he would definitely compete for it. And it just comes down to, Josh Myers, Joe Tippmann. Maybe the Jets want to have a third center, or, maybe Josh Myers has some, offensive guard flexibility as a backup, and maybe decide to keep Gus Hartwig on the team. But this past season at Purdue, 12 games played, 70.8 PFF grade, 2 sacks allowed. He is 23 years old, but a little bit of a bigger center, 6'5", 309 pounds from Zionsville, Indiana. He was a redshirt senior this past season. And, we can also talk about Aaron Smith here, linebacker, South Carolina State. He is a freak of nature, man. He had 301 tackles in his whole collegiate career, with 44 sacks, man. He is, he is a freak athlete. Or not 44 sacks, my bad. He had, I misspoke there. That was the other Aaron Smith, who used to be a Pittsburgh Steeler. But this guy right here, 6 foot, 234 pounds, from Manning, South Carolina, was a redshirt senior, had 25 tackles, 3.5 TFLs this past year with a half a sack and a forced fumble. Now listen, the Jets linebacker group, you got Jamie and Sherwood, man in that unit, and maybe the Jets just try to find some depth here with these guys. But again, most of these UDFAs probably not going to make the roster, probably just going to be camp bodies, but still want to get you guys info on all of these cats that the Jets have signed. But they also signed a kicker, which is pretty cool. Greg Zuerlein will have some competition now. Ole Miss kicker Caden Davis. And they also went Dwayne Miller, wide receiver out of Rutgers. Here we go on Caden Davis. I'm pretty sure he was one of the best 50-plus yard kickers in college football this past season. Yeah, he had a long of 57. He was 2 of 4 from 50-plus, 8 of 9 from 40 to 49. Only missed 2 extra points on 59 attempts this past year. But, hey, from Coppell, Texas, maybe the Jets view him as potentially a guy that could compete with Greg Zuerlein. So maybe a little kicker competition at Jets training camp this year will be a lot of fun. But, hey, if you guys made it to the end, appreciate all of you guys watching. It's been a long weekend here covering the NFL Draft, covering the New York Jets. So we appreciate you guys taking time out of your beautiful Sunday to support us here. If you guys could, hit me with the Go Jets down below in the comment section. Also, friendly reminder, help us reach 5,000 subscribers here on the channel. Hit that sub button today. See you next time. Go Jets.